Before the story, first scene. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Barbara Dirksen. The Black Robe by Wilkie Collins. Before the story, first scene, Boulogne-sur-Mer, the duel. The doctors could do no more for the Dowager Lady Berwick. When the medical advisers of a lady who has reached 70 years of age recommend the mild climate of the south of France, they mean in plain language that they have arrived at the end of their resources. Her ladyship gave the mild climate a fair trial, and then decided, as she herself expressed it, to die at home. Travelling slowly, she had reached Paris at the date when I last heard of her. It was then the beginning of November. A week later I met with her nephew, Lewis Romayne, at the club. "What brings you to London at this time of year?" I asked. "The fatality that pursues me," he answered grimly. "I am one of the unluckiest men living." He was 30 years old. He was not married. He was the enviable possessor of the fine old country seat called Vange Abbey. He had no poor relations, and he was one of the handsomest men in England. When I add that I am myself a retired army officer with a wretched income, a disagreeable wife, 4 ugly children, and a burden of 50 years on my back, no one will be surprised to hear that I answered Romayne with bitter sincerity in these words: "I wish to heaven I could change places with you." "I wish to heaven you could!" he burst out, with equal sincerity on his side. "Read that." He handed me a letter addressed to him by the travelling medical attendant of Lady Berwick. After resting in Paris, the patient had continued her homeward journey as far as Boulogne. In her suffering condition, she was liable to sudden fits of caprice. An insurmountable horror of the Channel passage had got possession of her. She positively refused to be taken on board the steamboat. In this difficulty, the lady who held the post of her companion had ventured on a suggestion. Would Lady Berwick consent to make the Channel passage if her nephew came to Boulogne expressly to accompany her on the voyage? The reply had been so immediately favourable that the doctor lost no time in communicating with me.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?